Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Mandi, author of 10 novels so far. Yes, kitten? You probably can't even see her, so that looks strange to you, but she's here. Yes? Welcome to week 2 of Preptober. We are reading through books 2, wait, did we finish one on this video or the last video? No, we finished this video. Sorry, I'm doing this intro a few days late. You won't know that, but now you know that. We're reading through books 1, 2, and 3 in this vlog. We'll see how far we can get. Currently still in book 2, but you'll see, you know, the days that they're about to... Yeah, we'll just roll. Yeah,
Hi, it's very early on a Saturday morning, and my roommate's asleep, I believe, upstairs, so I'm trying to pretend I'm not making any noise down here, but I did want to give an update. So I finished reading Messiah's book this morning, and I'm going to start book 2, Lance's book, next. Things I noticed with Messiah's book, mainly, it ends very abruptly. Like, we get through the climax and the fight with the dragon and the Nothian mage, and there's a little bit of a lull afterwards with, like, healing and conversations, and then it just stops. Like, it ends on a scene where Messiah and one of her ladies, Celestina, are telling another lady, Joan, about this other gal who died, and then it just ends there. It's just very abrupt, and there's no setup for, like, the next book, and there's no closure, and there's no nothing. So, that's fascinating. The other thing I noticed was that the deeper Messiah got into the schemes and the politics and the, like, civil war that she has brewing, right? The more wibbly-wobbly and panicked she became. Like, she was making these decisions, and then she was like, oh my gosh, no, what have I done? And then she'd be like, everything is so stressful, everybody is fighting, I just need a moment's peace, I just need some tranquility and some quiet. She's me. She turned into a 9, which I don't think is accurate for her character. After looking over the enneagram and bugging my sister about it, I think she's either a 3 or a 4. So she would not be craving peace so heavily while she was stirring up a civil war the way that I would. So that will all have to be cut out and, you know, changed as I rewrite it. That was the main things. But anyway, I got to the end of it, and now we have to read book 2, which hopefully I'll do today, tomorrow, and then book 3, and then I will brainstorm who the next character should be for book 4. I've gone through the tragedy edits, the most ironic one being in the acknowledgements at the end. The one to my editor is the one with a mistake. It says, "For be the most gracious." Of all the people in the acknowledgements, the one I had a mistake with was the editor. Hi, Sunday. Update. Did this video start yesterday? It did. I never did an intro. We'll do that. Anyway, got in a Preptober goal situation, which I was, you know, supposed to, like, host or whatever, but I was late too. It's fine. Yeah. Anyway, I've read a little bit. I've been reading in Lance's book. We're like, hold on, let me check. That's book 2, FYI. Oh no, it just reloaded and lost my place. How rude. We'll never know. The book is only 119 pages on Google Drive, It's like 55,000 words. It's a little baby. That's about the size that my novels used to be until 2022, when suddenly I was writing novels over 100K, and it was ridiculous. I don't know what these will look like once I start rewriting them. So far in book 1, so I've been rewriting book 1, Messiah's book, and we're 5 chapters into it, and really only in the, like, first, maybe second chapter of rewrite. Like the original book, we're in the very beginning of the original book, and like 5 solid chapters in the new version. So, you know, I think larger is just how I write now. It's fine. Well, hold on, I'm trying to find where I was previously reading. I think I'm getting close. Possibly. Anyway, I've read some, and then, actually a lot. I've read a lot. And then I listened to Sleeping at Last's Enneagram songs. I'm trying to, okay, go over there. I'm trying to pinpoint Messiah's, because I'm rewriting her book, but there's not a lot of direction. I know the external plot points, and I know the internal side of things in the sense that she's stubbornly set on her external goal, and then it goes completely wrong. So, like, her arc is like, she was raised to be queen, she's passed over as heir, so she fights for it, and then everything is terrible, and there's almost a civil war, and then her best friend dies. I'm just telling you everything. And then she realizes she's an idiot, and it was never about her ambition or her pride or whatever. So I'm trying to, I need to figure out her Enneagram so I can figure out the internal stuff. Because, like, I know what she's going through and what she's thinking, but, like, I cannot figure out her Enneagram, which tells me I don't know it well. I don't know enough if I can't type her. Because the Enneagram is literally like their deepest fear / core desire, because those are 2 sides of the same coin. And I can't figure it out. Like, I know she wants to be queen. I know she wants to be loved. Anyway, so when I initially did this a few weeks ago, I thought she was either 3, an 8, or a 4. Wasn't sure which, but a 3 or an 8 or a 4. And then I talked to my sister, and she suggested a 4. So I was kind of rolling with that idea. But it wasn't quite right in my head, but I hadn't had a chance to sit down and do anything about it because I have no time for writing anymore. So anyway, I hadn't done anything about it. And then today, I decided, while I was sitting here, that instead of reading, I'm going to keep reading, obviously, but instead of doing that right this minute, I would listen to, that I would dig into the Enneagram. And in order to do so, I decided to listen to the Sleeping at Last songs again. I'd already listened to them several times, but anyway. And so I was writing down the lyrics as I went. Not all the lyrics, but if things from each song jumped out at me, I was like, ooh, writing things down and trying to figure things out. I figured out that Lance is a 4, 100%. Which is great for his book. Also, Lance is my favorite character and possibly the one that I know the best, and, like, I adore him. Lance is the Gisborne of the Arthurian series. So, like, if you watched any of my Robin Hood videos, you might have picked up on the fact that Sir Guy of Gisborne is my favorite little baby, darling, wonderful human that he is. Even though he's a terrible person. I just love him so much. And I understand him. Like, I know Guy, and why he is the way that he is, and why he's tormented, and why he acts out, and why he's a disaster. Like, I get him, and I love him. He's an 8, FYI. But anyway, yeah, that's Lance for me in the Arthurian series. Lance is my baby. He is not a bad guy, like Sir Guy of Gisborne, however. Lance is a good man. It's probably better that way. I don't always need to love the villains. Anyway, Lance aside, yeah, I know his Enneagram. He's a 4. I don't know Messiah's. I went through all of the songs. I even, like, pinpointed some of the side characters, not main POVs, like what they might be.
can't figure out Messiah's. So I'm going back to the Enneagram Institute website. I'm going to read all about them. I might also bug one of my Hedgie sisters who knows the Enneagram way better than I do and be like, talk to me. Talk to me. I can never make... She hosts Enneagram Prickles and I almost never make it to them. My cat's going crazy. But I just need Chris-Ann to tell me something. I just need to talk at her about Messiah and everything Messiah's been through and everything she wants and everything she's lost and just have her reflect back to me what it is that I'm saying. That's what I need, Chris-Ann. Oh man, this is terrible. I don't know. I keep looking specifically at the basic fears and desires and I'm just like, I don't know, which is making it, going to make it hard to do the rewrites. But I don't know what on earth this child wants or needs. So yeah. There's a problem. The dragon, I believe, is a 6, and I know Lance is. There's the 6. So that's the other. How do I spell his name? Adrier. Anyway, Lance the dragon, those are the main characters of 2 and 3. I need to figure out Messiah's, and then obviously I'll figure out whoever the 4th POV is after I finish reading. I still have a book and a half or something to get through. Where is it? I am 65 pages into the 119 page book. I've read 65 pages today. No. Did I read some of that yesterday? I read some of that yesterday. I'm crazy. That's what I read yesterday. Oh, that's not in this notebook. I've read like 3 pages today because I got distracted by the Enneagram. I'm really confused about life. I read... Yeah. I read 62 pages yesterday, and then I've read 3 pages today. Don't get confused. I'm planning on reading more today. Maybe even finish today. After I obsess about the Enneagram first. Let's just walk through the Enneagram, shall we? Type 1. Basic fear, being corrupt, or evil, or defective, right? This was Lucy in the Robin Hood books. Their desires to be good, to have integrity, to be balanced. I don't feel like that's Messiah. She's not really afraid of being defective. Although maybe... Listen. There's something about her magic and being feared because of it. Like somewhere in there is her core fear, core desire. Because she wants to be beloved in spite of it. Her dad only let her train a little bit, like just enough that she wouldn't accidentally blow something up. So there's always been this like underlying, yeah, my dad's afraid of me kind of thing. And then like the kingdom that she's, been raised to rule is split down the middle. Some people fear magic, some people are like, magic people are fine, leave them alone. And there's always this strife between the people who advocate for magical people and the people who want to kill the magical people. And there's just like this thing happening. And then Messiah's mom was murdered because she advocated for magical people, so the people who don't like magical people did not like that. But Messiah's grandfather was murdered by a magical person because the grandfather didn't like magical people very much. The grandfather was raised, though, by the most magical, beloved queen of the entire kingdom. And she was the one who was raising Messiah to be her heir. But then she died when Messiah was like 8. So nobody was going to make Messiah queen when she was 8. And then she's passed over, and then it's like a whole thing. But anyway... Listen, I can almost see like a 3 with like the expectations of her great-grandmother, Queen Rain, the magical queen who was raising her to be her heir. The expectations of following in her, massive footsteps and like, yes, she is magical, but somehow she united all of these different factions, and they all respected her. And it's not that there weren't issues in the kingdom, because people in one space, they don't get along. That's just how people are. But Queen Rain was able to keep the entire kingdom unified, and, you know, was this symbol of hope and unity and whatever. Despite being magical, and now it's, you know, years later, and Messiah's coming of age and is fighting for her birthright to be queen, and she is like, you know, I was supposed to be this. So there's like there's something in there about like being, you know, I don't know, I don't even know. But threes want to feel valuable and worthwhile. Like, their fear is being worthless. So I could see a 3. That was one of the ones I thought originally. And then, like, maybe I've done enough. Your golden child grew up. I'm reading the lines from the song that stuck out to me today. I see an image of my brokenness utterly worthy of love. I finally see myself through the eyes of no one else. I play the role of anyone but me. I only want what's real, to let my heart feel what it feels. Work and rest are equally revered, worthy of love anyway. I could almost see a 3, but I'm not 100% sold on it. I don't know why I'm not sold on it. I don't know. I could rule out the 4, though, and possibly the 8, because the 4 is Messiah. I mean, Lance. The 4 is Lance. Yeah. 100%. He's very, very poor. And she's not an 8. Not really a 6. She's not afraid of things. She's not worried. She's just like... Basically, she goes after this one thing that she thinks is who she's supposed to be, and realizes it's not. That could be 3-ish. That's not, I don't know, you guys. I need to talk to someone who can talk back to me, because you're useless. You're just talking to a camera. Ugh. Okay, I've talked myself into it. She's probably a 3. 3s are self-assured, attractive, and charming, ambitious, competent, and energetic. They can also be status conscious and highly driven for advancement. I'm sorry, who wants to be a queen? Okay, well this... In the headlong rush to achieve whatever they believe will make them valuable, 3s can become so alienated from themselves that they no longer know what they truly want or what their feelings or interests are. In this state, they're easy prey for self-deception, deceit, and falseness of all kinds. The deeper problem is that their search for a way to be of value increasingly takes them further away from their own essential self with its core real value. From their earliest years, as 3s become dependent on receiving attention from others and in pursuing the values that others reward, they gradually lose touch with themselves. Step by step, their own inner core, their heart's desire is left behind until they no longer recognize it. That sounds like her, because she... Listen, I feel like I have to spoil everything to talk about this book, but essentially, she and her brother are sent on a dragon hunt to go kill a dragon to decide the heir after much scheming, and the king is just like, I give up, just go kill a dragon. Anyway, so... Yes, they're sent on this dragon hunt. But the thing is, Messiah and her magic and just like who she is as a person, she's not really a killer, and she tames animals. Not dragons, she's never met one before, but like animals in the woods, she's always taming the animals and everything. So it's very against her nature to go kill this dragon. And she's kind of aware of that, and her friends are definitely aware of that, and try to talk her out of it and be like, what are you doing? The throne is not so important that you need to like rip your soul in half to get it. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I want the throne. Anyway, so that sort of checks out. Okay, I've been talking to my hedgie sister for like an hour. And at first we were like, yeah, the 3. I can see the 3, definitely. And then the more we talked, the more we were like, maybe she's a 6. And that's the direction we're heading right now. We haven't stopped talking, though. I'll let you know. Keep you updated. Okay, so Hi, it's Monday. We'll update on that in a minute. But one of the things I've been doing is watching the playlist of vlogs of me writing the first books in the series to see if there's any pertinent information, because I talk a lot at cameras. So if there's anything that, you know, I was thinking about the story or where I wanted to take the characters, or I don't know, I've been watching. But I didn't find anything interesting specifically today, but at least in terms of story. But what I did find interesting was this specific vlog is April of 2021, which was before I joined Quillen Cup, because I joined Quillen Cup in August of 2021. So it's a few months before Quillen Cup, right? And I was on, I assume, an AuthorTube sprint, because I used to do that a lot. Essentially Prickles, but like with the AuthorTube community. Anyway, and I had this conversation with my sister that I found fascinating, and so now I'm going to make you listen to it.
It's actually really helpful to do some with people. If I try to do sprints on my own, the alarm is just annoying and I'm like, go away, I'm focused here. But I find it really helpful to do sprints with people. Like, focus for those minutes unless we're chatting.
Because it's only a few minutes, you can like,
Yeah. And there's accountability. I know I have to get words so I can tell people.
otherwise you're just silent in the chat and they're like, Mandy,
Mandy, what are you doing?
what'd you do? Did you disappear?
I literally described a prickle. It was like, if I do sprints on my own, I don't get anything done. But if I do sprints with people, I don't know how I ever thought that doing any of this without a community was a good idea. But here we are.
Ow, I'm being held hostage. Oh, she let go. It's, ow, no. Hi, kitten. She really wants my hand for some reason. Probably so she could eat it. She's in a feisty mood.
Saturday's update / end of video, because it's Saturday. Side note, I had edited and uploaded week 1 of Preptober last week and did not know until today that I hadn't published it. So I just hit publish like an hour ago. It's fine. Anyway, this is week 2 and it's the end. And it's the 14th, and huzzah. I don't know when you'll see this video though, since apparently I don't post the videos that I make. My update is, after the enneagram conversation with Chrisanne, which was amazing, I have not had a moment to sit down and like finish that, follow that thought process, look into 6 and compare to Messiah. Have not had a moment to do that. So still don't really know, but she's either a 3 or a 6, probably. We'll find out if I ever have a chance to look at it. And then reading update-wise, I'm on page 87 of 119 of book 2. So I haven't finished book 2, but I intend to finish it today, ? We'll see. I have other things going on. Celebrating my birthday this weekend with my sister, and we're going to the Taylor Swift movie and things. I don't know that I'll finish it today, but I'll try. And that's basically everything. Those are my updates. Go us. I really thought the reading portion would go faster and then I would already be like actually prepping for book 4, but apparently not. Even though I have been reading. I've read, not every day mind you, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 14 days this month I have read. So fairly consistently. I just don't have a lot of time. It's fine.